If you're looking for a modern visitor management system, you may want to watch this video. I'm going to show you three things. Number one, what the sign-in flow looks like for a visitor. Number two, what the admin's options and settings look like. And three, what are the best vendors on the market. So feel free to skip to the section most relevant to you, and let's get started. What I'm showing you here is what the system looks like in Archie. So visitors arrive to a home screen where they can either scan a QR code to continue the sign-in process on their mobile phone, so a truly touchless option, or they can retrieve their information directly on the tablet. So in this case, let's add my email here, and I have the option to scan a QR code as well if the visit is pre-registered. So I have a QR code in my email, for example. I can scan it to retrieve it, or we can do that via email. So let's go next. I get some details on the visit, who's my host, time, reason for the visit. And from there, different steps can be set up depending on the type of visit. So let's select company size, first time visiting, and fill out all of these fields. Now, next step, we have an agreement to sign, an NDA or whatever else that might be. So I can actually sign this, agree on the terms, and get that done. There's also a step for taking a picture. So done. This could be used the badges that are printed or for internal purposes for security reasons. And from here, the registration is done. So there are some instructions on what to do, so visitors know what's up, and also the host is instantly notified via email or SMS. They're told, hey, your visitor is waiting for you in the lobby or whatever that might be. So you're not wasting time waiting around for people. You just get a real-time notification. And from here, you can also print a badge that the visitor will collect, again, for security purposes. The system can be connected to printers. Another feature, although it's a bit beyond visitor management per se, is emergency evacuations, which most tools offer either as an add-on or as a separate solution. But what this would look like, and I'm showing it here because it's actually something that can be managed from the visitor tablet, so it is part of the same experience. An admin can simply pick up the tablet, from there access with their login credentials, see who is on site at any moment. So you're only notifying people that are in the building at that specific point in time. And from there, send an emergency evacuation, basically. So visitors and employees will receive the alert via email, via SMS. And from there, they can mark themselves as safe, basically. So by clicking on a link, hey, I'm fine. Or an admin can manually check that. So you basically are able to have an overview of everyone that is accounted for. And the moment you end the emergency evacuation, you also get a report on what happened, which is then stored in the system for future reference or for further analysis into what happened, basically. Now, let me show you what things look like from the admin perspective. As an admin, of course, you always have an overview of your presence log, or it could be an overview of the different visits that are scheduled. You can filter by, person, by host, by badge type, by whatever that might be. So all of the information is collected, including timestamps, the type of check-in. You have rules if you want to automatically check out everyone at the end of the day, or perhaps have manual checkouts. So there are a few different options there. You also have evacuation reports, as I mentioned, and you can also manage documents. So the most interesting part that I want to show you is the visit type. So when you create a visit type, you are basically defining all of the steps that will be required. So in the previous example, I showed you the visitor flow, where you had some forms, you have the picture being taken, the document signing, but all of those steps are determined by the type of visit. So if you have a job interview, you might require certain steps. If the type of visit is, I don't know, customers or contractors or maintenance crew, whatever, then the steps will be different, and that all happens automatically. So this is the place where you set all of that. which form fields, which badges to print. And then the moment you add a new visitor, you are simply selecting the type of visit, let's say job interview, and that will determine the type of email that they get, the steps that will be required when they sign in, and all of that. I can also quickly show you also the badges module. So you can create different badges and associate them to different types of visits. You can customize the design either with native functionalities or by actually editing the CSS of that badge for a full custom design. And this is basically in a nutshell what the admin's options look like. And as you can see, it's very, very easy to manage. So if you go for a modern solution, you should be able to set it up very fast and also not spend a lot of time in maintaining the system, because adding new visitors is fast, customizing the steps for each visit type is fast, and almost everything else is automated. So what are the best solutions on the market? I'm going to highlight 5: Archie, Envoy, Receptionist, FacilityOS, and Kastle. Archie, I already showed you the product as the example of visitor flow and admin settings. So the only thing I'm going to add is, well, I think it belongs on this list, is currently at the time of recording this video, it's listed as the best visitor management solution by software reviews, and among the top 3 for both highest ratings and easiest to use on G2. So it's definitely up there among the best software. You already saw the product, so not much more to say. Next, Envoy. It would be difficult to talk about visitor management without mentioning Envoy, which is one of the companies that first brought a modern cloud-based solution to this industry. And still today, it's one of the most used and also highest rated solutions for visitor access. So Envoy's plans start at $329 per location per month, which compared to other solutions, it's definitely more expensive. So for context, this is depending on the plan, at least twice as much what it would cost in Archie or in a system like the Receptionist. And also their premium plan does not include the emergency notifications and certain integrations that actually require custom pricing. So maybe that's a bit of the trade-off. It's on the more expensive side of things, but yeah, it's still a great solution that I think is worth considering. The Receptionist for iPad offers a nice solution with a lot of features and functionalities. Personally, I find the UI a little bit dated. It's not the most attractive interface. From the visitor perspective, I think it works really well. From an admin perspective, well, yeah, it has a bit that feel of legacy solution, but as I said, it has a lot of powerful features and also an attractive price point. One difference in pricing that is worth mentioning, though, is that it's based on employee contacts, which is basically how many people are receiving visitors. So depending on that, their pricing could be very attractive, or it could actually get very expensive. Most other solutions do not base pricing on that. They base it on location. So you have unlimited visitors, unlimited hosts, and you just pay per location. So even a solution like Envoy could actually end up being cheaper if you have somehow a setup where on one location you have a lot of people receiving guests. You know, I think that's something to consider. But having said that, in other cases, this could be a significantly more attractive software, even from a pricing standpoint. A fourth option I want to mention is FacilityOS, which used to be known as iLobby. Now it's called FacilityOS. They're among the best by usability, along with the Receptionist, Archie. They're topping those charts. Their pricing starts at $199 a month. And it includes device management. So you actually get an iPad enrolled as part of the license. So this is not, a game-changing aspect, but it might be something that simplifies things. Also, when it comes to device compatibility, I think every single solution I'm mentioning here is compatible with iOS devices. Some are also compatible with Android devices like Archie. But yeah, so FacilityOS packed with advanced features. Their enhanced plan includes integrations with Microsoft and batch printing. So actually, if you need batch printing, you kind of need to look at the enhanced plan. Yeah, Microsoft Teams integration is part of the enterprise package, actually. So again, I think pricing is clearly on the upper end of things, but even with the corporate plan, you end up with a solution with a lot of powerful features. It's just not going to give you the flexibility to, do other things like connecting to Slack or to Microsoft Teams. And the last solution I want to mention is Kastle. So I'm mentioning it because it's, the company offers a variety of security solutions, whether it's access control or video surveillance. It goes, all the way to visitor management or other aspects of managing facilities. So it's definitely in the legacy bucket, and it's not something that I would recommend as a standalone visitor management system, just because everything about it is, old tech to be honest. But it's fair to list it among the best options, because for certain corporate needs, you might want to unify all of your security setup under one vendor. So you could choose to, instead of having one access control system and then, Verkada cameras for video surveillance, and then FacilityOS as visitor management, just rely on one system for everything. So in certain corporate setups, this could be an option that is worth the trade-off. Even if the platform is not as modern, it still has tons of customization options, tons of functionalities. Price tag will reflect that, but different companies have different use cases. So I think there is a place for considering Kastle if you have those kind of large enterprise needs and would, use also other security products from this vendor and not purely the visitor management aspect. I really hope you found this useful. If you have any questions about visitor management, want to learn more about any of the solutions listed here, we have more content available, and I hope to see you in the next video. Take care.